Hey folks, Aaron here. Successfully back from PAX East, and boy are my arms tired. Okay, kidding, old joke, bad joke, but successfully back from PAX East. Great show, got a lot to talk about today. So, here we go. My new Penny Arcade coffee mug. Yeah, it was a fantastic show this year. There's going to be a ton of coverage on Mariners Rock and on Stick Stories Scotch about the show, plus obviously a couple vlogs here, video, Twitch streams of games that I got, all sorts of awesomeness. First time at PAX East. Started off with a couple of really good flights. I haven't been on a CRJ 200, which is a small twin-engine regional jet. I flew American Airlines. So CRJ 200, a little bit tight quarters, but kind of fun too. And then a older American 737-800 from Chicago to Boston. Not great. Story about that and the trip home will end up on airlinereporter.com in coming weeks or month. Not sure when on that one. Look, I'm still locking down my timing on a ton of this stuff, okay? It was a basically crazy 5 days, really, because I got in on Wednesday. And there was a pre-PAX party for indie developers that I went to Wednesday night, and that just kicked things off right there. So PAX hadn't even started yet, and I'd already seen 5 or 6 games, talked to a bunch of devs, had a great conversation with the lady who's come up with this card game called The Ultimate Clapback. It's a hilarious game. Definitely recommend that. If you're looking for kind of that Cards Against Humanity, apples to apples style party game where you're just throwing cards down. The idea behind The Ultimate Clapback is you are throwing clapbacks at people. I had to get an explanation of what a clapback is because I'm a middle-aged white guy from South Dakota. So, great game, hilarious. Just one of the games I saw there that was great. And then the show starts on Thursday. Oh boy. First thing that happens is media hour. So, all the media folks get an hour on the show floor before everyone else on Thursday, so we're running around checking stuff out. I got to play this cool VR thing that Zotac had at their booth. They're mainly a hardware manufacturer, so they were showing off some stuff at their booth. I was playing this VR game that I'm sure I looked like a flailing idiot, but it sure felt cool. Dual-wielding guns, shooting enemies all over the place. Just a ton of fun. Check out this other game called, I think it is, Crazy Contraptions VR. Came out on Steam a few years ago in a normal version. Now there's a VR version, and it works way better than I would have expected it to, where you're building these crazy Rube Goldberg contraptions in 3D. It honestly feels like it works better even than playing this game in a 2D space, because in 3D you can kind of look around and you can see all these things, exactly how they're connected in real space. Just very cool. Like, other than HoloLens, which is near and dear to my heart, obviously, but HoloLens is augmented reality, not virtual reality. So with HoloLens, you have your augmented reality shapes in your world, but you also see the rest of the real world. VR obviously is nothing but virtual reality. This was really the first time I'd spent any amount of time playing a VR game, and it just blew me away with the quality that some of these VR systems have now, that I think that's definitely something I'm going to want to pick up for home use. Maybe by the end of the year, we'll see. Of course, the catch there is a ton of the games on the show floor, indie games, were showing on the Switch. I don't have a Switch either, and this really made me want to switch. This is the first time I've had significant hands-on with the Switch console, and that was... Okay, I understand why people love this console. I understand why so many indie devs are migrating over to this platform. I think it's great. I love that Nintendo has once again come back from being an also-ran to being right at the top of the stack. And we truly have a 3-console race once again. I think that's great. That's great for the industry. Maybe not so great for Microsoft and Sony's bottom lines, but it's great for the industry. It's great for the health of the market. So I love that. It's going to be a hard choice between picking up a Switch and picking up some kind of VR system this year. So we'll see. But that's only like the first hour of day one. Oh man. So there are a ton more games. Again, a lot of this coverage is going to come up on Marooners Rock. A couple of big standouts for me in the first couple days, though. Ion Maiden. 3D Realms, the guys behind Duke Nukem from back in the day and Shadow Warrior, 3D Realms basically said, you know what? Let's pretend that Quake and every FPS after Quake never happened. And we're going to make a brand new game in the build engine. And so they did. Ion Maiden is basically the kind of spiritual sequel to Duke Nukem and Shadow Warrior that could have come out in 1998, basically. The build engine's been upgraded so that it looks a little better and runs a little better on modern systems, but no bones about it. This is an old school classic FPS in a classic engine, in the engine that defined, along with the Quake engine, okay, but the Quake engine and the build engine defined a generation of FPSs. More the build engine first. I mean, that was the engine that powered Duke 3D, Shadow Warrior, Blood. Dark Forces used a modified version of that engine. So many franchises that started in that engine, and just seeing a new game in that from the guys who started it all just makes me so happy. So that's going to be some big content. It's going to be up on Marooners Rock soon. Another just amazingly cool thing that happened. I got a chance to interview two guys, Luke and Theo. Luke's a professional drift racer in the Monster Drift series. Theo is a YouTuber and streamer who specializes in racing games. And they got together with Castrol, the guys who make oil, and EA to do a special Titanium Gamer video for Need for Speed. So they got in a V8 Mustang that had been rigged with a rear camera They black out all the windows on this Mustang, give them a screen in front of them, and they had to drive it in third person, just like in Need for Speed. And like, so the video is really cool, and then getting to talk to these guys was just fantastic. Very down, both of them very down to earth, very cool dudes. I think we probably spent half the interview just shooting the shit, because they're both from England. I'm obviously from South Dakota by way of Washington. Big racing fan myself. So that was just great. That was a fantastic opportunity. That was one of those things like, that came up, like, you can't say no to that. You got to do that. So I did. That content's on Marooners Rock. There'll be a link to that down below. Oh man, we're at 11 minutes already. Okay, so tune in next week. There's going to be a PAX Part 2, because I have so many more stories to tell about Above and Primus Vita and the Predator after party and being a VIP at that. First time I've ever been a VIP at anything, ever. So I'll be back next week with more PAX content. Unfortunately, the motorcycle's still staying in the garage for the moment because we're currently experiencing a blizzard and getting about a foot and change of snow outside. So till that all melts, Dirty Girl's staying in the garage. Oh well. But maybe that'll change by next week. Who knows? Till then, I'm Aaron. And remember, keep your knees in the breeze and the shiny side up. Take care. Bye. Hey everyone. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button, the like button, you know, all the alert stuff that everybody likes to do. And be sure and check out my Twitch channel and also my blog, stickstoryscotch.blogspot.com. Thanks for watching. See you soon.